Oh, it's week 7 of the Big 3, and we're in the Buckeye State, the Queen City, Cincinnati. And we're going to start things off with 3's Company taking on the three-headed Monsters. Here's a look at our schedule. 3's Company and the Monsters will start things off, and then the game of the year thus far. The unbeaten defending champ enemies taking on the 5-1 Bivouac. And in 3 more games you can see on X. As we take a look at the standings, listen, there's only one unbeaten team. It's the defending champions, the enemies. They're taking on Bivouac. That's a game you'll see here on CBS. But we'll start with 3's Company, who is just 1 game behind all of them. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer alongside the Ohio legend himself, Jim Jackson. Man, it's good to be back home in Ohio.
Hey, listen, the Cincinnati Jazz Festival is going on right down the street, so it's always great. And now Big 3 basketball in Cincinnati. We're natives. We love it. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one this afternoon.
And some big games, because probably the biggest game of the year thus far, the defending champions taking on Bivouac, and in 3's Company starting things off.
Well, 3's Company, look, this is a team that, you know, they have 4 players that can shoot over 43%, led by Michael Beasley, of course. And defensively, they've been able to lock in teams, and that's been the strength. Michael Beasley plus defense, they're winning basketball games.
Let's take a look at the rosters. Here they are, the Total Satisfaction Team rosters. It is presented by Snickers. Hey, 3's Company is led by Michael Beasley and Mario Chalmers. And then you have the three-headed Monsters, who were led by Jeff Teague, former NBA player, and another former NBA player. How about Greg Monroe as well? You talk about Michael Beasley. Well, Jim Jackson, 3rd leading scorer right now in the Big 3 in MVP candidate.
And coming off of 31 points, 14 for 26 shooting. And this is what he does best, is get downhill, get down the lane. Again, being left-handed, sometimes defenders forget that. He can beat you with a hand in his face, but also get to the basket. Impossible to stop. That's why 3's Company is devastating.
The Monsters, well, they're led by Brandon Moss and Greg Monroe. Brandon Moss's nickname, Body Bag. Greg Monroe, he's Moose. He's the man in the middle. Rashard Lewis is their head coach. This is his first season as the coach of the three-headed Monsters. He spent his career playing for the team. And then you've got the Hall of Famer, Michael Cooper, the head coach of 3's Company. Let's take a look at the rules. Of course, you're new to the Big 3. It is presented by Total Wireless. Listen, first team to 50 wins here in the Big 3, but you got to win by 2. First team to 25, we get to the half. And listen, the 4-point shot, something innovative that one of the creators of the Big 3, the founders, Ice Cube, has instituted, and it always keeps you in the game. This is Jeff Teague inside to Greg Monroe. He has the mismatch. That's Mouse in the house, and he scored.
But it's very important. Listen, the thing that's plagued this three-headed Monsters team is, 1, instability in the lineup, and 2, they've given up the 3rd most points in the Big 3. So defense has to be the key contributor here, but also having a full, stable lineup should add value. But I don't care how much defense you have, B. Some things that you can't stop from an offensive perspective, and that's Michael Beasley.
He's a walking bucket, and he hits that 3. Here's Teague, wide open. He knocks down the triple. You know, Teague and his brother Marcus, they arrived an hour before the game last week in Portland, all because of that huge global outage that we had that affected so many flights. Brandon Moss and Greg Monroe didn't even make it because of travel issues. Here's Beasley. Kicks it over to Reggie Evans. Evans, little bump and grind with Greg Monroe, and flips it up and in.
But that play was created because there was so much gravity towards Michael Beasley. Reggie Evans had one-on-one and was able to flip it up and over. A taller Greg Monroe.
Jeff Teague injured his groin last weekend, but looks good there.
Making jump shots early, to me, Brian, is the key in 3-on-3 basketball. You say, well, why is that? Because now it opens up backdoor cuts, layups, because you don't have help side defense. If you can knock in jump shots early, that gives you a benefit to be able to get some easier baskets.
Brandon Moss, the triple missed everything. Here's Chalmers inside to Reggie Evans. Ball fake, goes up with the left hand, missed it. Teague again. The triple's good. And Jeff Teague is a guy you just don't leave open. The guy is shooting over 40% from the field.
Yeah, and he's also leading the team in assists and 3rd on the team in total points. It's a matter of just getting your feet wet. We see it a lot of times, when you play your first year in the league, trying to get accustomed to 3-on-3 basketball, and there he is spotting up right there, not able to knock it in.
Moss had it, lost it out of bounds. Listen, we talked about how important these games are. For 3's company, they're just a game behind the league leaders. And look, they clinch a playoff spot here with a victory today. And then obviously the enemies, man, they are unbeaten. Set up a franchise record for the most wins in a season. Bivouac too, they can still claim the top spot if they get a win against the enemies today.
Well, the enemies are looking to become the first team back-to-back champions since Trilogy did in 2021-22, and that's an excellent play. And that's where making jump shots benefits you, because now the defense comes up, a quick pick and roll, nice little drop pass inside, and Monroe was able to just catch and finish inside.
First team to 25, we go to the halves. Here's Beasley, step back from the baseline, and he's fouled by Moss. And legs get tripped up. And so here's Michael Beasley. Brandon Moss gets that personal. Shooting 1 for 2. That's what we do here in the Big 3. He knocks it down.
Mike is, like you talked about at the top, 3rd in scoring, 6th in total points scored at 102. This is a former Big 12 Player of the Year as a freshman. 2008. He averaged 26 points a game as a freshman in college.
From the corner, missed it. Reggie doing what he does, rebound. He's the leading rebounder in the Big 3 is Reggie Evans. Kicks it out to Mario Chalmers, wide open. Missed everything, and Brandon Moss knocks it down. Three-headed monsters have coming out roaring here early on. They got a 3-point lead thanks to Brandon Moss. It's the Big 3 here on CBS.
The Big 3 on CBS Sports is sponsored by Taco Bell and by Walmart. We don't just have everything, we have your thing.
Week 7 in Cincinnati, and it's the three-headed monsters with a 3-point lead. Hey, we're in the Buckeye State. You want to talk about a Buckeye legend. My partner, Jim Jackson, won a state championship. Toledo Macomber, went to Ohio State, All-American, played 14 seasons in the NBA back here in the Buckeye State, man. It feels good to be back home, man.
It does, and that young man didn't have all these gray hairs back in the day either, so
hey, I saw that Toledo Macomber there in '89. I heard y'all didn't want none of that Westerville North squad that was in Columbus.
Who?
That year.
Who?
You know
Westerville North. I think we went through a Columbus school to get to the finals, so I don't even want to talk about that. We went through St. Francis in Columbus, too, so we're not even going to go there with that. When you're #1 in the state, #2 in the country, we ain't worried about a Columbus school. Just to let you know, partner.
By the way, you know Rachel DeMito's with us. She's from Akron.
From Akron?
Yeah, I was going to say, don't leave me out of this conversation. I know you didn't face any Akron teams because we go undefeated across the board. There's a lot of great hoopers that came out of Akron, Ohio. Okay?
Look, there's some guy named LeBron was going to put y'all on the map.
James, Steph Curry, Rachel DeMita. We can stop there.
Hey, listen, so and mom is in the background loving all of it.
Yeah, my mom's here too. She drove 3 hours to come to Cincinnati.
I love
it.
Hey, Rachel, I'm going to give you this. LeBron, I'm not giving you Steph. Just because he was born in the hospital because Dale was playing for Cleveland, that's like saying Michael Jordan in New York. That don't even equate.
Fair.
3-point lead for the three-headed monsters. Jeff Teague's got 6 points for them already. They go inside to Monroe. Here's Teague again. Another triple. Missed that one, but there is Moss to follow it up. Puts it up and in. It's a 5-point lead now for the three-headed monsters. Again, first team to 25. We head to the half.
Yeah, and the three-point shooting all year for three-headed monsters hasn't been their strong suit, but we see some combinations of getting some shots outside and inside and pretty good pick and roll play. But that's the shot you want to give Reggie Evans. I mean, he proved a few years ago when he kind of adjusted his game that he can make those shots, but your three-headed monsters, you're going to kind of live and die with Reggie taking that shot opposed to Brandon or Jeff Teague.
Here's Teague now, working on Beasley. Step back three, missed everything. Talk about that two-man game, and then Reggie wide open. And listen, you give Reggie that 15-foot and in, he'll knock it down.
Well, but that's the shot that you want to give up, you know, on 3-on-3, especially with a center that's not really his strong suit. Yes, he can make it, but you want to put him in that situation where he's doing this. But now you got to get the defensive rebound.
Yeah. And there's Reggie laying it up and in off his own miss, thanks to Nasir Cole, who has checked in. You want to talk about Nasir Cole. Instant offense for 3's company. Evans and Beasley have been the only scorers so far for 3's company. And Moss, how about that quick step, lays it in.
His ability to get from A to B is what separates him, in particular in 3-on-3, because you don't have, if you can get by your initial defender, Brian, you don't have that weak side help rotating over. That time Moss able to benefit. And speaking about benefit, you just said Nasir Cole, big body, built like a running back, quickness, size, can score inside, so that time able to respond.
Oh, Jeff Teague. Fouled by Nasir.
And watch Brandon Moss right here, able to get to the basket. And then Core right here, the up and under. Now you see the footwork too. He was able to keep that pivot foot connected right to the deck, able to make it and knock it in.
Teague knocks down 1 for 2, and the lead is 3. Core will bring it in for 3's company. Working on Teague, gets the screen from Reggie. Evans, ball fake, jumper, short. Moss, and he's grabbed. Our officials for this game is David Posner, Danny Basile, and Mike Evans.
And not easy to officiate this. Why? Because you want to allow the players to play physical, but you want to give the defense an opportunity to be able to impact. Offensively, you do want to have freedom of movement, but this is going to be much more. We've seen it throughout the years with the Big Three, a much more physical game, and that's Moss again in the middle of the court. When you have some shooting on the perimeter, now you're able to go one-on-one, and you see the athletic ability once again on display for Brandon Moss.
Here's Core. Tried to go to the up and under again. Stolen. And here's Marcus Teague now. To Abdul Bassett with 5 on the shot clock. In and out. Sean Williams with the rebound. Beasley has it in the corner. Misses his 3. It's Moss. Will stop and go, and it rolls off.
Well, that time it was good defense by Sean Williams, but here, this is Moss able to get by Williams. Good defense, we see it all the time, but better offense. Moss able to lay it up despite falling to his right side, fading away from the basket a little bit.
Here's Abdul Bassett. Little show. Blocked, though, by Sean Williams. That's what he does best. And Core lays it in.
Yeah, good block by Williams. That time timed it up, and then Core being patient. He identified kind of where the defender was coming from, let him fly by him. Was able to lay it up. Keep in mind, now 3-headed monsters are up 3, and Michael Beasley hasn't had an effect on the game as of yet. So you want to kind of stretch that lead out like you're doing right now, take it into halftime, knowing that Michael Beasley will be a factor, I would say, particularly in the second half.
5-point lead here. Core. That's too strong. Monsters can send this to the half with a 3. First team to 25, we go to the half. And here's Marcus Teague. Missed it. Abdul Bassett, a no-look dime into Moss. Moss in his bag. Missed everything, though. And there's Core, and Beasley comes flying in, but did he get it while it was on the rim?
Reserve. Got it right up top. This is a tough one, too, because the air ball, Core able to get it up, but not finish through the contact, and the ball is right there above the cylinder on it. So an easy call for the officials. It was good defense initially that time and by 3's company.
Teague fouled as he goes up. Michael Cooper doesn't like it, and I think he's going to challenge this. Let's see if he's going to try to bring the fire.
You know it. Sean Lewis said, get out of here. Good boy.
Here's the bring the fire rules. You don't like a call, you challenge it, and you make your opponent go one-on-one with your defender. And that's what we got here. Marcus Teague going one-on-one with Sean Williams. If Sean Williams and 3's company can get the stop, they get the basketball, and that team foul comes off the board. Teague goes to the jumper and knocks it down.
But smart play because Sean Williams was, one, playing back off of Teague, two, giving him his right hand. So that step back normally is reserved when you go left. Before a right-handed player, he was able, because a lot of guys are now stepping back that way or to the side. He knew the space was there, created even more to get the shot over and in.
Well, here's Core. Stolen by Abdul Bassett. Next bucket, we go to the half. Teague pulls it, knocks it down, and the three-headed monsters who are trying to keep their playoff hopes alive with a victory go into the half up 9.
Well, if you ask the three-headed monster, you're going to say whole and healthy, we're as good as any team. And right now, putting on the display offensively and not able to take momentum into the half.
All right, let's go on the court. Brian Scalabrine with Brandon Moss.
Thanks, Scott. Body bag. First of all, you're getting downhill at ease and finishing at the rim. What's gotten into you the last couple weeks?
Man, one thing about it, my mama ain't raised me to lose, so one thing I want to do is win, and I ain't never made it to the playoffs since I've been here, so I'm trying to get there right now.
So I wear Jordans, but when I hoop, it hurts my body. Are you so athletic that you can hoop in old school Jordans?
Yeah, man, Jordan 5 is where I get live, you feel me? It's just like that.
I want to see it in the second half.
Say no more.
I love it. Jordan 5 is when I get live. Well, they've certainly been live here in the first half. They got a 9-point lead. They're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's the Big 3 here in Cincinnati. Nashville, San Antonio, get ready because Big 3 2024 is coming in hot to a city near you. Go to big3.com/tickets for all the details. Ryan Custer alongside Jim Jackson here at the half. And, you know, listen, the three-headed monsters really jumped on 3's company here early.
Well, I'm going to go back to it. A healthy roster. This is something Rashard Lewis talked about all season, is that we haven't been able to have a stable lineup in place. So that's been the cause of our inconsistencies. But you see right now with Brandon Moss being able to do his thing, Teague brothers knocking down shots, how potent they can be. But look for this in the second half.
Well, it's been inside-outside with Teague and Moss.
Well, it has been, and that's the good thing, because this is a team that doesn't shoot the ball well from 3, even though they have some shooters that can knock down shots. They've been able to do that in the first half. Rebound, kick out, layups. But look, we also know this. Brandon Moss can still get to the basket. He can score the basketball. Shot selection, defense is going to be key in the second half. Why? Because Michael Beasley is going to touch the rock more often than not in the second half. But don't go away from your game plan and what's gotten you the lead, which is ball movement, Moss getting to the basket, second shots, and then more importantly, defensive rebounding once you get the stop.
Well, you see Jeff Teague, Brandon Moss, both of these guys with 8 points. Marcus Teague, he's got 6 points. Head coach of 3's company is the Hall of Famer, Michael Cooper. He's with Rachel Demita.
Coach, every week it's heating up more and more. What was your messaging for your team going into today's game?
Well, it's about don't take this team for granted. They haven't been playing well, but we got to get out there and do our job. And we're down now, but I think we can fight our way back in it.
I heard you talking to Beasley. What did you just tell him in the huddle right here?
All we need is energy, you know, not just on the offense, but on the defense.
Perfect. Good luck in the second half.
Well, Michael Beasley's got 7 points. Reggie Evans has got 6 so far for 3's company. Beasley, again, he's the 3rd leading scorer right now in the Big 3, and this is a guy who averages 20.
But here's the difference, too, is that this is a team in 3's company that's third in the league in regards to points allowed. So defense is the key, of course, Michael Cooper. Sean Williams is first in blocks. So we talked about offensively Michael Beasley getting involved. How about the fact that we see 3's company defensively now kind of get back to who their nature is defensively here in the second half.
Here's Mario Chalmers, pocket pass to Reggie Evans, and he scores it. 7-point lead now for the three-headed monsters in the Big Three. First team to 50 wins, but you got to win by 2. Moss getting downhill and bump on the drive.
And that's a pet peeve play for Rashard Lewis. He used to get a lot of that middle work himself where it was tough to guard him, and that time right back to Brandon Moss to try to isolate the coverage that he can go one-on-one. He didn't get the basket, Brian, but he did get himself fouled into the free throw line.
So Brandon Moss will go to the line shooting 1 for 2 points. And he extends the lead in his old school J's, the J5s. Here's Chalmers. Kick it out to Beasley. Beasley thought about the 4, drives. Too hard off the glass.
Yeah, but that time Beasley thought about passing first. When you do that, then try to make the shot, your percentage of it that it's going to go in is going to go down.
Teague, little floater in the lane. He's now in double figures.
Now, this doesn't look like the team that only scored 18 points last week. Okay, again, the inconsistency in the lineup, but a more focused team, understanding what's on the line. And they're playing some outstanding basketball. I'll tell you what this afternoon, Brian.
Well, listen, for 3's company, it's important. You clinch a playoff berth with a win. You also can still have a claim for that top spot. With the playoffs right around the corner, week 8 is the regular season finale. That's next weekend in San Antonio. Beasley misses. Chalmers, the follow is good.
Yeah, Michael Beasley not able to find his touch, but excellent weak side rebounding. That time by Chalmers.
9-point lead. Here's T. Crosses over Reggie Evans, and Reggie grabs him. How about Rio? Johnny on the spot with that putback. And so here's Jeff Teague now at the line shooting 1 for 2. Played 12 seasons in the NBA. Missed it.
Yeah, but also 2014, 15, made the All-Star team. That's the year they won 62 games.
Yeah. Beasley finally finding it from the corner.
Yeah,
he's in double figures now.
2-possession game. You know, if they can get a stop here for 3's company.
Teague. Knocked away by Chalmers. Moss. And a block.
Oh, Rio. I don't know about that one. It looked like Rio was there. Let's see if he's moving. Oh, he's set. What did? Oh, he. No, I still would have gave him the charge on that. He moved a little bit right there. That's how he leans into him.
Yeah.
But I thought he was set enough, and he was trying to absorb the contact. Tough call that time by 3's company.
Inside. Moose misses the bunny. Beasley waves off. Trying to go one-on-one with Teague. Backs him down. 5 on the shot clock now. Drives. His little runner, no. His follow doesn't go. Teague in the Moss. He missed it. He tried to yoke it. Here's Beasley. High off the glass. No, but there's Reggie Evans.
Reggie doing what he does, man. That time, and Greg Monroe was right there in the perfect position to get the rebound, but Evans so crafty down low. Good defense by Monroe.
To Moss. No, it won't fall. Here's Rio from the corner. Lead is still 6. And the drought ends with Jeff Teague from 3.
Yeah, Transition basketball. I say it all the time. In 3-on-3 in half court, you say, well, how do you get transition basketball? Well, you get the rebound quick, sprint out to the three-point line and clear. You can have an advantage, and that time Teague able to knock that one in.
Beasley spins, has it knocked away, regathers, and scores. Hacking me, man. They hacking me.
Big three basketball, baby.
Three-headed Monsters, a 7-point lead over 3's company. Big 3 here on CBS. Hey, discover something new every week. The biggest face-offs, the hottest heartthrob, the best ugly cries. A mountain of movies awaits for you on Paramount Plus. Just head to ParamountPlus.com and try it for free. This game is important for 3's company. A win, you're in the playoffs, and you can still stay claimed to the top seed here. That's still alive for you. And for the three-headed Monsters, a victory today, well, your playoff hopes may be slim, but they're still alive, and you play again next week. That's the important thing for the three-headed Monsters.
It is, because you can't control what other teams do, but what you can do is if you win yours, you get back to, you know, you're able to get to 3 and 4 and see what happens for the rest of the day and give yourself a chance next week. Anything can happen, but it's going to be a tough task with this 3's company team, especially when you have Michael Beasley.
Down to 3. Beasley's got 15 now. We have the opportunity for a conventional 4-point play.
Yeah, when you're a bucket getter, eventually, you know, water finds its level. And in this instance, Michael Beasley is beginning to find his offensive rhythm.
Beasley's going to have to shoot that from the... He would have to shoot that from the top, wouldn't he?
No, if he missed it.
Oh.
If he missed it, then it's there. But right here, he has a chance to get the 4-point play. Now, this is a different game. And this is where not winning games down the stretch come back to haunt you like three-headed monsters, because they've been in a lot of games. But stick to the core. And you can't turn it over. Now you give a team with momentum like 3's company, whose defense is playing a little bit better here in the second half, a chance to get another crack offensively to either tie this game, take the lead with a 4.
Well, here's Beasley. Working on Moss. Spins. Got it back. Goes up. No, Reggie's there. Greg Monroe thought he got all ball, but I guess he got body as well.
But the savviness of Evans knowing that he's not going to out-athletic or jump Greg Monroe. It's the pump fake. Good defense by Brandon Moss right here. B's got too far underneath the rim, but watch here. Okay, pump, get him up, and now go up. Now, whether it was a foul or not, I don't know how much contact, but Reggie is savvy enough to pick it up.
Here's Reggie. First played at Iowa. Left is short. Here's Jeff T. Working on Reggie. Crosses him over. Oh, he's in his bag. Goes up again. The floater, no. Tipped in the air. He got it back. But shot clock violation.
You know the advantage that Reggie Evans has against smaller players? Not the quickness. It's not his ability to block shot. He's so physical. Guys don't want to go in and try to challenge him for a layup. So Teague was sitting there trying to create space to get that jump shot on.
3-point lead. 3's company can tie it with a 3. Here's Chalmers. Gets the screen. Step back 3. Short. Got his own board. Beasley's asking for it. He's got it. 2, 3, 4. Drive. Lays it up and in. 1-point lead now for the Monsters.
Yeah, good patience. Chalmers could have forced a three-point shot, but he caught Beasley, who had a little bit of momentum. He was able to get that left shoulder by Brandon Moss and finish that thing inside for his 18th point this afternoon.
He's 5 for 6 of 17 from the field.
Smart players know how to score. This one, we see the back end of this, but Michael Beasley had some momentum coming towards the rim. And because you had a shooter a little bit in the corner, T couldn't help as much off of Chalmers. So even that little lane, that opening, as slight as it was just enough for Be Easy to get down lane and finish it.
Here's Beasley again. The three's no good. Here's Richie. Johnny on the spot. Inside to Beasley, and he lays it in. And now it's 3's company, as you talked about, with a 1-point lead.
Think about it right now. It's 33 points for Three-Headed Monster. So to this point, they've scored 8 points, and the defense is beginning to lock in, but that's an excellent play. Now, that play is how they've been successful in the first half. Quick. Go quick, force the help, and then make a play out of it. Excellent offense that time by Three-Headed Monsters.
First team to 50 wins, got to win by 2. Here's Beasley working on T. 2 former NBA players. Advantage Beasley. He's got 22. Third leading scorer in the league. Moss. Talk about go quick. Lays it in. Back and forth we go. It's a 1-point lead for the Three-Headed Monsters.
When playoff implications are on the line, this is the kind of game you expect. Back and forth. Michael Beasley getting downhill too little, not enough inside, but then the answer, Moss once again with the roll. We got a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Coach, the 3's company goes 19-11 in the second half. What do you got to do to get it back on track?
We got to stop shooting jump shots. They got 4 team fouls. We can get in the penalty, get to the free throw line. That'll be good for us. But we got to also stop fouling Beasley on the jump shot. Contest the shot, but don't foul him.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Scally.
Yes, sir.
Second half. I know defense has been, I mean, Michael Beasley's been scoring, but to you, what's been the difference between the 2 halves?
Brandon Moss not really being on the ball. I like T. T can play off the ball, but I'll ask you, doesn't it look like they're having a really hard time keeping Brandon Moss away from the rim?
Especially, you remember back in the day with Rashard Lewis, they would put him in the middle of the court and go one-on-one. That's what they were doing in the first half with Brandon Moss. So it'd be interesting to see if they go back to that or isolate it on the wing really quick.
Here's Beasley. He's got 22. The rest of the team's got just 14. Make that 24 now.
You know, Scal can relate to this from playing the game. Beasley has a different demeanor, different swag, a different rhythm here in the second half offensively, and his flow is a lot better. Hence, his offense has picked up significantly.
Moss feeds it inside to Monroe. Everybody's going at him, but he still powers it in.
But that's patience, too. He was getting hacked and hit. The ball was out of his hands, but instead of being frustrated, he maintained his composure, fought through it, and that was a big-time basket that Three-Headed Monsters needed.
Here's Rio. He's only 1 of 5 from the field. 0 of 4 from 3. Gives it to Beasley, who's got the hot hand now. He gets double, triple. Kicks it off, but shot clock violation. Good defense by the Three-Headed Monster.
But here's the thing. Beasley went to his right, and going right leads to Reggie Evans and Monroe. Monroe can help. So go ahead and kick it to Reggie. Now, if you go left, even though Mario Chalmers hasn't hit shots, that help defense is not going to slide in as much, and maybe he has a clearer lane to get the shot up.
1-point lead for the Monsters. First team to 50 wins, got to win by 2. Here's Marcus T. Step back. Air ball. 5 turnovers now for 3's company.
We saw a couple of air balls early, too. Teague and that time able to benefit off of Michael Beasley, not able to keep or grab the defensive rebound. Beautiful out of bounds.
Good play. And Moss lays it in, and the foul on Beasley.
Drawn up to perfection. by Rashard Lewis and the coaching staff, kind of a wheel route around the pick. Watch him here, around. And again, you don't have the weak side defense. So if the inside man guarding the ball doesn't jump to the inside, he jumps out. Now that pass is available, which we saw. It's a layup. And when you jump outside, you don't have weak side help. You can deliver this pass and get in front of your opponent like Moss did. You're going to have a chance at a layup.
3-point play's good. 4-point lead. Rio gets bumped, and he'll go to the line and shoot 1 for 2. Chalmers' first time there at the line. Just 1 bucket so far. And it's short.
How important we talked about down the stretch on those free throws, Brian.
Here's Moose. Banging with Reggie. Goes high off the glass. He wants a foul. But they've got a 6-point lead and 6 points from victory. And look who's coming up as soon as we're done. The defending champions, the enemy, the only unbeaten team right now in the league, taking on the 5-1 Big Whack squad. Folks, this is probably the biggest game of the year thus far. That game coming up as soon as we're done. Here's Beasley. Working on Greg Monroe. Drives the baseline. Has it blocked. Got it back. Goes up and scores it.
Good defense by Greg Monroe. But Beasley able to stay with it. Smartly took it right back up. Able to cut this lead down to 4. Let's see how three-headed monsters respond. It's isolation for Moss again.
Moss, he's got 15. Misses. Reggie the rebound. Here's Chalmers. Open for 3. Hasn't hit one yet. Moss attacks and kisses it off the glass.
And that was not an easy layup. Moss turned down the open 3, but he felt more comfortable getting to the basket.
Beasley. 3's Company down 6. Here's a kick. Meanwhile, the Monsters, they're the 3-headed monsters, and all 3 of those monsters in double figures. Moss has got 17, Teague's got 13, Monroe's got 10. Here's Beasley from the corner. No. A 4 would win it for the Monsters. Marcus Teague's got it. Looked at the 4. Now with 5. The jumper. Good.
And sometimes you don't need to force it, especially against a team like 3's Company that can score in bunches. Take the 2s. You know, like if you play dominoes, nick them but don't cut them. You know what I mean? Sometimes the nick, that 5 points is good because it gets you closer. Now you're a 1-possession game, and anything can happen, especially if you get to the free throw line. Like I said, this 3's Company team can score. Now, if you're smart, if you're 3-headed monsters, don't bail them out. Put the ball on the deck, attack. I know you don't win it from the free throw line, but you get yourself an opportunity to get a good shot in.
Moss tried to dump in the follow. And you can see Teague they're arguing, hey, look, didn't the ball hit the rim?
Well, did it hit the rim on the attempt of the dunk is the question. And the officials are saying it did not. If it comes off.
Oh, how do you win? You catch him sleeping. Moss goes backdoor on Beasley and dunks home the winner. He has 19, and the 3-headed Monsters playoff hopes are still alive as they get their 3rd victory, and 3's Company now 5-2.
Better late than never. And I don't know what 3's Company, a team that's built a reputation of being a really good defensive team at the end, gives up a layup. After this, that's just miscommunication. But taking the ball out as soon as the official handed it in, was a smart play, but this team, I said it from the beginning, showed you that as a whole, they're very competitive, very good.
And their captain, Jeff Teague, he's with Scout.
I'm with the captain, Jeff Teague. Weird game, and from last week to this week, first of all, how you feeling with the leg injury?
I feel a lot better today. I'm just glad we had all our guys back this week, so it was good. We got a big win here. We needed it back.
You sitting on the bench, empowering your brother and the rest of the guys to do it, did that show your leadership?
I'm the old head now. Yeah, I know my little brother can take the game home. He's been playing well, and we was playing good as a team, so I was just happy to be able to get a win and try to stay alive.
Yeah, from your understanding with this win, you should be moving on next week?
I don't know. I hope so.
All right, we'll see if you do. Thanks.
They're still alive as we take a look at the shot of the game. It is presented by Hyundai, and thank you, Brandon Moss, as he gets Michael Beasley sleeping.
But go back to the play before. Jeff Teague could have forced a 4-point shot. You wouldn't be 2 points or 1 possession away to be able to finish the game. That's just smart basketball. Poor defense on the end of 3's company, but momentum heading into when you need it at the end of the year. Definitely heading towards three-headed monsters.